I just dropped the boys off at school, so I have the day in the morning to myself to work and get some things done. So I'm gonna go do some work and then get my workout in, do some household things. The house is quiet. Both the boys are at school now, so it's quiet and it's weird. It's nice to have this amount of time, but it's a new adjustment since Wyatt is officially at school too. So, the new schedule that I was talking about with both boys being at school, today is actually the first day that Wyatt is at school. He handled it like a champ. I sobbed. He's my busy, outgoing, energetic little buddy. So I literally set him down in his classroom and he was like, bye, never looked back. So it was good. Couldn't have asked for anything better, you know? But the house is so quiet and I'm just kind of sad. It's just weird. It's like the end of an era, you know? He's my last baby. So it feels super weird to not have him here. Big change, big era that has ended. So anyways, I have all of this time now, which is great. That's why we did it, because Chase and I run a business and need the time, and when Wyatt's here, we don't get quite as much time, which feels just crazy. So doing this right now, spending my morning organizing the closet and putting clothes away, is not usual. I'm typically rushing to get work done by a certain amount of time and fit it in and all that. So this is nice to be able to do these things and not be stressed to get it done over the weekend or anything like that. So anyways, lots of clothes to be put up because, that's how life goes. After I do this, I am going to start my workout. We're doing all Fittest Core members are doing a 9-week challenge. It's called the Fall into Fitness 9-week challenge, and it is so good. We are only 1 week in, so if you want to join, you can. We're only 1 week in. There are 8 weeks left, and it's got 5 workouts a week. They are full body functional fitness. That's kind of the theme of the program, is functional fitness, basically, prioritizing strength in the gym so that you can be strong outside of the gym and in everyday life as a mother, because that's so important. So that is really kind of the theme. And on top of 5 workouts a week, we also are doing 10,000 steps 5 days a week, which is what this handy dandy pedometer is attached to my shorts. Just looking super cool. And we have 3 non-negotiables that we set for ourselves throughout the whole program. And I think some women may have done 1 per week or 1 per month or whatever, however you wanted to do that. But 3 non-negotiables, which are basically things that goals for yourself, challenges for yourself that you want to commit to during these 9 weeks. Something that hopefully you would like to, implement into your life, basically with the end goal of it kind of becoming a habit. So, one thing for me, for an example, was not ever skipping my collagen intake. That is something I've been trying to be better about collagen, and it's hard for me to remember it. And so that is something that I set for myself, is doing my daily collagen. I have not missed, granted it's only been 7 days, but I have not missed so far. So that would be the goal, is to maintain that, keep doing that. Lots of women set goals. They don't have to be health and wellness related. Some women did goals that were intentional time with both kids. There's a mom who has 2 boys, and she is a full-time working mom, and she wanted to make sure she was spending time with both of her boys, so that they each get time with her throughout the week, which I love. I think that is such a good one. So it's things like that. A lot of women said in bed by 9 o'clock, or setting my phone in the other room. So it doesn't have to be fitness related, which makes it fun, something that, like I said, just kind of like a habit that you want to implement into your life. So that's the gist of the challenge. 5 workouts a week, 10,000 steps 5 times a week, and those 3 non-negotiables. And it's really awesome because when you are a More with Fitness Core member, you have access to my app, but you also have access to the community, which is the best part, in my opinion, about being a member. It's basically, it's another social media platform, but before you're like, oh, I can't handle another, it's the best. I even have some members who have deleted Instagram and TikTok because they're like, this is my favorite form of social media now. I don't even need any other ones. And that's where they check in and share things and ask questions, and it's just the most supportive and uplifting community ever. And that aspect of really just anytime you're a member, but especially during a challenge, is so fun because people are literally cheering you on, like personally. If you share a struggle or a win or just a question or anything, all of these women will kind of like tap in for you and answer your question or give you encouragement or feedback, and it's just really great. So anyways, that is my workout, my current routine. So it is a Monday, so I have upper body push today. So we got some chest and some triceps. So I'm going to get ready for my workout and go get it done. Sorry, so we're gonna do a little lower body work, just to get engaged in this position, okay? Especially since it's okay. So instead of switching sides. Just got done with the workout. It was upper push and core, which is actually one of my favorites. It's a good one. So first workout of week 2 of the Fall into Fitness Challenge is done. It's like so nice outside. It's early October and like 65 degrees right now. So just a little light sweat to start the day. So workout done. I'm gonna go check in with the More with Fitness Core community and see how they're feeling on week 2 of the challenge. And then I'm going to answer some of y'all's questions about my fitness journey and my fitness biz and all of that, which I'm excited to go do. Okay, we are going to talk about my fitness journey and my fitness biz and kind of how I got to where my business is today. I'm going to try to keep it short, famous last words, but I do want to make sure I cover everything. So first and foremost, my fitness journey. What is my fitness journey? Because I've really got one. Mine is definitely not like I decided to start working out in college to avoid freshman 15, so I started working out. I have been an athlete my whole life. I started soccer and gymnastics when I was 3, and did tennis and softball, did all of the sports, and ended up really falling in love with gymnastics. I ended up doing gymnastics for 8 years. So until I was a 7th grader. In 5th grade, my school had a kind of mock track meet, and I'd never run before, I'd never long jumped, I'd never done anything like that. But I won every single event that I did, and I was like, I'm fast and I can jump. That was so fun. And so anyways, the next year I started middle school, and they had a track team, and I was like, I want to do this because I think that I'd be good at this, and that was fun. And basically I ended up doing track, and not only having a very natural gift for it, but loving it. And so I ended up finding a year-round team that we trained literally 364 days a year. We had Christmas off, and that was it. And that got, at this point I was still doing school track and gymnastics. And then once I realized how much I love track and started doing the year-round thing, I quit gymnastics and went like full steam ahead with track, and ended up doing it, like I said, that year-round team and all that. Ended up going to college on a track and field scholarship. I ran the heptathlon. Anybody know what that is? Anybody? Pop quiz. It's 7 events. It's 100-meter hurdles, high jump, long jump, shot put, javelin, 200-meter dash, and I'm missing one. It's like an 800. Oh, that's why I've forgot about it, because it's the 800. It's the dreaded event. So anyways, 7 events. That's what I did. I did the Pent in high school. In college, it ends up being the HEP. So you had 2 more events. That's what I did. So, that was from the age of 3 until, how old are you when you graduate? 22. All that I knew really was sports and being active and moving my body. And I very fortunately did not experience burnout with that. A lot of athletes do get burnt out and kind of have somewhat of an unhealthy relationship with not necessarily fitness, but maybe their sport. I was very fortunate that did not happen to me. And I ended up graduating and got my first job, which was a desk job. And I was sitting all day long, and I did not like that. And so shout out to my collegiate athlete discipline. I would wake up at like 5 every morning and go work out before work and all that. And at this point, my relationship with fitness was dipping into the unhealthy relationship, and I was working out more so to look a certain way. I was my goal was just to achieve skinniness. I just wanted to look skinny and be skinny, strong. So I still kept doing that. And then I ended up leaving that job, becoming a nanny, and my boyfriend at the time, now husband, was like, you should do personal training. I missed this part, but in college I was a counseling major. I thought I wanted to be a therapist when I grew up. So that's what my degree is in. I love people. I love getting to know people. I love hearing their story. I love helping people. And so my husband was like, you should become a personal trainer, because you get to work in fitness and you get to work with people like you want to do, but you don't have to become a therapist. And so started studying for my personal training certification, passed it, and got my first job at a gym. I'm trying to go fast. Got my first job at a gym, and this was when my relationship with fitness kind of started becoming more, okay, I work out because I genuinely love it, and I love to feel good and feel strong, versus like I need to burn what I eat, because I did have that mindset for a long time. So started working in a gym, started really healing my relationship with fitness, made great connections there. And, I should add, when I started at this gym, I was working at the front desk. I was not a trainer. You kind of had to work your way up to that. I don't remember how many months I was just working the front desk, but it was, very open. Like, I want to become a strength coach. I want to start teaching group classes. This is what I want to do. And finally they were like, I think we're ready. And so I trained to become a strength trainer, ended up doing that, and started also taking personal clients. And these personal clients I was not doing through the gym at first. I was like texting friends and people I went to school with, being like, hey, if you want a personal trainer, like, just let me help you. You don't even have to pay me. And I think I originally started charging like $15 a session just to get the experience. So I'm doing that, working at the gym, started teaching strength classes. My strength classes started, every single one was waitlisted. People loved my classes. So my confidence was just going up and up with my training and how good of a coach I was. And then I started building my personal training clients through the gym and even outside of the gym. And I've got a ton of clients, and it's just building and it's building and it's growing, and it's so much fun and I love it so much. And I really worked those hours. I mean, I was up at 3:08. That's when my alarm went off most mornings, working at least 2 gyms at a time, making the connections, getting the experience, building my personal clients. And it is such a grind. Any personal trainers who are watching this video, if you are really trying to make it in the personal training industry, you know what this grind is. It is so much work. You are up before everybody else. You're usually down before everybody else. And it's not like you're just working at the gym. You're bringing it home with you because you're thinking about your clients and the workouts that you have to build for them and program for them and checking in on them and all of these things. And that's where my love for people really helped with what I do. And so anyways, I worked this schedule for 6 years, I think. And I total went through 5 different gyms. Stayed at kind of the main 2 for a lump sum of years. And then COVID hit. Dun, dun, dun. COVID hit. And there were no classes because nothing was open. And Chase, my husband, and I were like, well, A, I've got to make money. B, people got to work out. People still need to be working out. And he had the idea, I think it was his idea. Man, if not, I really should give myself credit. But I do think it was Chase's idea to start a Facebook group, a subscription-based Facebook group where I share workouts that you can do from home. And so I started doing that. And I also at the same time was really sharing a lot of home workouts on my Instagram. So my Instagram was growing, and I now had a subscription-based, $5 a month, subscription-based follow along workout style group that people were subscribing to. And so shout out COVID, because you really did build my business. My Instagram's building, people are learning about my workouts, and then there I can share about my Facebook group, which I never had more than 20 women, but it was so cool to have these women who were subscribing to get these workouts, and we were building a community, and it was really sweet. And I actually still have some women who were my OG subscribers on that Facebook group who are my current members, which I love. They're very near and dear to me. Anyway, so COVID ends, and now I'm like, this is cool. I want to build programs. I want to do this thing, do all of this outside of just in-person training, because in-person training is exhausting. So I'm back to the crazy schedule of like waking up at 3 something every morning, back in the gym, doing personal training clients and group fitness classes and all that. I get pregnant, and I know that I cannot continue this schedule once I become a mom. I did continue that schedule until I was like 34 weeks pregnant, still teaching classes and training, but I knew that once Eli was here, that would not be an option. And so Chase and I were trying to figure out what that would look like for me to be able to continue. And I created my first program, Fittest Bump, which was a PDF program, and it took off and did really well. All while this is happening, my Instagram is still growing because I'm sharing not only pregnancy workouts, but I'm sharing reality of pregnancy and all that. And that's where I built, I think, a trustworthy, or a following that trusts me. because I was authentic and just shared the ups and a lot of the downs of pregnancy. And anyways, came out with Fittest Bump, and then I had Eli, and I did not really want to go back to the gym because I wanted to be at home with him and I didn't want to work those crazy hours. And because, again, personal trainers who are listening, you know that if you work, in order to make money with personal training, you have to put in a lot of hours. And I didn't want to do that when I had a baby. So anyways, a company reached out to me called Vimeo, and they said, you know, if you would like to build a subscription-based platform, we're a video platform, you know, let's talk. And Chase and I looked at each other and we were like, why would we say no? This is too good to be true. Let's take a chance. Let's invest in this and let's do it. So that's where my app came from. That is when I designed and created the Fittest Core app. And my first program with that was Booty After Baby. And Booty After Baby was my first postpartum program. I've had thousands of women do that program by now, which is really sweet. I've done it twice myself, both postpartums. I've had moms do it 2-3 times after all of their kids. And that is when I would say Fittest Core became Fittest Core. I had tons of followers on Instagram. It was still going up, and you know, through Vimeo, an actual app where people, you know, the Facebook group was gone and it was officially a subscription-based platform on my own app. And so that is my fitness journey and how I got to where I was today. I said this would be short and it's been 12 minutes. But you know, I've been doing this since I was 3. My fitness journey started when I was 3 and I'm now almost 33. So 30 years in a 12-minute video isn't too bad. So since then I have just been working on adding to and building and adding members to my business. Fittest Core, the new app is, or since I'm no longer with Vimeo, I've switched to Uscreen, which is the best. I'm obsessed with Uscreen. People who want to do what I do, check out Uscreen. They are the best. But I still have my Fittest Core app. I have almost 1,000 subscribers, members who are doing my workouts and are a part of the More with Fittest Core membership. I've sold, I think, over 5,000 programs, and I'm continuing to build it. I have staff, I have 2 coaches, I have a pelvic floor physical therapist, a nutritionist, all that are a part of Fittest Core, and it's really, really freaking cool to look back on where it started and where it is now. And so that is the whole story. I need to do a whole separate video on advice for how to get started. I will do that. Let me know in the comments below if you would like to see that. But final question answer, because this is already longer than I thought it would be. Lessons that I learned along the way. I'm going to answer fitness related lessons that I learned along the way, and then some that kind of tie into business related questions. Fitness related ones. That, gosh, I don't even know where to begin. There's so many. Food is fuel. You have to eat. You really do. I have, trigger warning, I have overcome an eating disorder before where that was not the case. Food in my mind was not fuel, but I've overcome that. So that was a big lesson in my fitness journey. Food is fuel, period. We literally need it. We cannot function without it. And also, if you want to build your glutes, girl, you gotta be eating. Fitness is not a punishment, and it should not be just because you ate something, you want to burn that off, you want to work it off. Fitness is, privilege feels like the wrong word, but honestly, there are so many days where I feel so lucky that I do have the ability to work out like I do, that I'm physically able to do so, that I almost do feel like it's a privilege. It's definitely a blessing, and I'm thankful that I get to move my body and work out. And the weights don't make you bulky. Weights don't make you bulky. They make you look really good. And then in the more of like the training realm of this, when I was training to become a group fitness strength trainer years and years ago, the coach that I was shadowing said, "You will not please everybody." And that sounds so simple, but it has stuck with me. It's literally been probably 8 years since he told me that. Stephen Earwood, shout out. You're a great trainer. You still are. I remember him saying that and thinking, but I have applied that to so many things in life. But it's super applicable with fitness. If you are, whether you're a group fitness class, which is what he told me that for then, was, not everybody's gonna love your classes. You're not gonna please everybody. And that now, having a social media platform and following, like, I remind myself of that weekly. You're not going to please everybody, and you're not everybody's cup of tea, and like, that's freaking fine. That is a big one that sounds so simple, but 8 years later, I still remind myself of weekly. Imposter syndrome is real, so having ways of, this is number 2, having ways of reminding yourself kind of how to come out of that, and that you are capable and worthy and a very good trainer, or whatever it is that you do. Hold on to those and make sure you have those at hand, because you are going to experience imposter syndrome, and it sucks and it's blah, especially if it's coming from people who are leaving comments or sending you things and you're like, oh wait, is this true? But I have a folder of screenshots of testimonials and feedback that I keep, and it's at this point just thousands and thousands of them. And anytime I feel like, oh gosh, is she right? Does she have a point? Then I pull that out and I'm like, no, I have changed so many people's lives. So having something to kind of shake you out of that imposter syndrome, and that could even just be a supportive partner or friend, but knowing that imposter syndrome is real, but kind of having your ways to snap yourself out of it. Third piece of advice for like fitness trainer business wise is, or that I've learned along the way, is that you truly are going to not only learn as you go, but you're going to learn from failing too. Like, not everything that you try is going to work. Not everything that you share is going to be the best. Some of your programs or workouts are going to be literally life-changing, and then others people are going to do like one time and be like, oh, cool. It's not always going to be perfect, and that's how you learn. You learn as you go, and the only way to do that is to continue just putting yourself out there and throwing yourself out there and doing and learning and messing up and failing and trying again. And if you do that, you just continue to learn and get better at what you do. Fourth thing is staying authentic to yourself, especially now. There are so many trends in the fitness industry. Some of them are comical, that women are trying to tell other women that that's how it works, but that's the world that we live in. So staying authentic to yourself, what you know and what you believe, and not conforming to others' beliefs because it's maybe, attention grabbing or super likable, or is going to bring in a lot of likes and shares and all of that. Do what you do. Do what feels best to you, because remember the first point, you're not going to please everybody, but the people who you do please and the people who show up for you, those are your people. And those are the ones that you need to focus on creating for, planning for, responding to, thinking of when you are coming up with programs, and when you're thinking of bettering your website and your work and whatever it is. Those are the people that you think about, because you're not going to please them all. So please the ones that trust you and are there for you. None of this is written down. This is all just word vomit coming from my brain. So I think I'm going to wrap it there. I hope this answered questions. That basically, I just wanted to tell my fitness story because I've had some people ask. That is my timeline. That is my fitness story. And I really do feel like Fittest Core is kind of just starting to take off. We have a one-on-one program now, which if you want to sign up for one-on-one coaching, you can do so down here. I have myself and the 2 other incredible coaches who are a part of it. We also offer pelvic floor physical therapy. You can sign up for that with the same link. I work very closely with a nutritionist who offers, I keep saying this, but life-changing nutrition advice. So there's so much that we offer now that is really cool. So it's fun to kind of walk down memory lane and think about where I started. And for those of you who have been with me along this journey, to say that I love you is an understatement. Like, truly, y'all are my people. I'll get emotional if I talk about it too much. But yeah, So there's my fitness journey. That's kind of the story and a few things that I've learned along the way. Next video for this, I will come up with kind of advice, because I know I asked on Instagram what y'all wanted to learn about. So the next one I can do, I guess, like a fitness business tips and advice, I guess. I don't know. This is where my imposter syndrome comes in, because I'm like, you can't teach that, but I can. I have a whole business. I can do that. See, you gotta work yourself out of that imposter syndrome. Okay. I was planning on making this 10 minutes and it has been 21, but I hope that you enjoyed kind of hearing my fitness journey, and I hope that it's inspiring. I know there's a lot of you that want to have your own fitness business and your own app and train and change women's lives. So if that's the case, I hope this was, if not helpful, at least inspiring, because you can do it too. If you're passionate about it, I believe that you can make it happen. So if y'all have any questions, let me know below. And if you want to hear any more about my fitness journey, business, anything, ask me that too, and I'm happy to share it with y'all. See y'all for the next one.